Rabbi Judah Ben Samuel, the prophecy was in 1217.
That's right. And he was one of Judah's most legendary, prolific German Hasidic Jews. I mean, he was known in the time, and he was known for his interesting studies in gematria and different types of things. And he found the Lord. I don't know, whenever you say gematria, it's an interesting thing, but he developed a prophecy that I believe is of the Lord, and it literally has chronologued the last 1,000 years in history.
So he prophesies in 1517 that the Turks would take control of Jerusalem. And guess what? It happened. And then he said there'd be 400 years. How many jubilees would that be?
8 jubilees,
I think.
Yes.
He promised there'd be 8 jubilees between up until 1917. And he said in 1917, the Turks would lose Jerusalem.
That's right.
This is on a jubilee. And then he said that it would be no man's land for the next jubilee, 50 years. And then he said in 1967, he predicted that six-state war where Israel would take Jerusalem.
That's right.
Is that right?
And that would signify the beginning of the messianic end time.
Now, we ought to take a whole show and just teach this.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to be like the rabbi now. I'm quoting rabbis. But this was written a long, long, long time ago. Now, the only reason I tell it to you is because it all came true.
Yes.
There's one way to tell a prophet. It's their prophecy comes true. Isn't that right?
That's right. And he gave this prophecy before the Ottomans took over Jerusalem in 1517. And that's whenever he said, listen, the Ottomans are going to take over Jerusalem. They're going to be in power over it for 8 jubilees. This was before it happened, which is 400 years. So it happened in 1517. If you go exactly 400 years in the future, like he prophesied, that would be 1917. And that's whenever it all stopped. And then he said it was going to be a no man's land for one jubilee. From 1917 to 1967. We know it was a no man's land for that jubilee. It's to a T, this prophecy.
Okay, so would you like to know what he prophesied for the next jubilee? His name is Rabbi Judah Ben Samuel. Prophecy from 1217. He prophesied what would happen during this jubilee time that we're in right now. He said the day of the Lord will come in this jubilee time. But he said this will be the time of, in other words, the Messiah, the Messianic, the Messiah would come.
Yes.
But that would be the time when they're looking for the Messiah. And I'm not saying that they're right. I'm not saying he's right. But he said the Messianic time. So everything else has come in. So maybe we are in the time of the season of the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. He is the Messiah, you know. He is the Jewish Messiah, you know. He is the Gentile Messiah, you know. 1967 was the last Jubilee year. The Hebrew year of 1966 to 1967, when Jerusalem was restored to Israel. We're now living in the Jubilee year, which started September 2015, just a few days ago, and it will go to September 2016, will be the end of this Jubilee year. And it started on the Day of Atonement, the evening of September 22nd, 2015, ends the evening October 11th, 2016. So the last year, Jubilee, was when Jerusalem was restored to Israel 50 years ago. Okay? Is that good enough? It seems like it's always about restoring.